Do you feel like men are more appearance focused?
Yeah, because first it's all about the appearance. That's what it is.
For men?
No, but like if you see me standing across a bar, what's the first thing you would notice?
No, like. That's fair. Our guest today is a baller on the court, but is he a slam dunk in his love life? Dhruv Barman is a professional basketball player who ranked #1 in India for the FIBA 3x3. He has also featured in a Netflix reality show called IRL.
In real love.
On top of that, he's a content creator, he's a yoga instructor, and so much more. So let's find out today if behind that masculine, rough, and tough facade, he really has a soft heart inside. Do you not ever feel
Lonely? Yeah, I do. Most men won't even bring it up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They'll be too ashamed because men are too afraid to say like, we want to be loved.
What's something women would be surprised to know about men while dating?
I can't believe I'm saying this. There are times you just want to like,
Be held?
yeah man, I do like to be cuddled and I don't give a shit what you think about it.
We're super excited to have you here, Dhruv. Welcome.
I'm glad I'm finally here and thanks for the lovely intro. Appreciate it.
Yes, we're honored. Let's start by understanding what space you're currently in vis-a-vis relationships.
Usually I've always been the guy who's, super closed. Anytime I have any sort of like feelings, I've been the guy to run away from it. So I'd say for the first time in the past couple months, like I am still changing. I have changed, but I'm open to pretty much anything. I'm not holding back, basically.
And you're single.
I'm single, yes.
Wonderful. Are you presently looking for or interested in pursuing a serious relationship?
I mean, if something nice comes my way, I'm not gonna let it go. But I'm not I'm not actively pursuing or looking for something.
Interesting. So you mentioned that you've had a lot of changes and evolution in your mindset. Can you share what those specific changes have been and what triggered them?
I always felt if I don't have the right partner, it's gonna throw me back a couple of years, right? So I've never even thought about finding the right partner. I've always been scared of finding the wrong one, right? But then what's changed is my brother and his wife, they've been together for 13 years now.
That's lovely.
And I've seen them grow significantly. And I've seen some of my friends also, they have very lovely partners. And I've seen the wrong partner will sure bring you down, but the right partner will get you from here to up here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think the right partner can really catalyze and accelerate your ambitions and your professional growth. Like, consider the kind of person you want to be, right? It forces you to want to be better. as a person.
Exactly.
Do you not ever feel
Lonely? Yeah, I do. For sure I do.
You have a fulfilling career, you have fulfilling friendships, relationships, peers, mentors, family. Tell me about what makes you feel incomplete.
Again, it's always what a partner can do for you, nobody else in the world can. Not your parents, not your family, nobody. And say for example, I've had a long ass day and I'm just going home and I'm tired. And you just want to talk to the person you love, as opposed to just talking to like your friends. There's a big difference, right? So my whole thing is I'm at a point in my life where I'm moving in like the right direction and I'm happy with it. But it would be so cool to have somebody and kind of have these small wins with and kind of help them I want them to be with me and I want to be with them too, because it's always there's always beauty in the struggle, there's ugliness in the success. So the struggle you go through now with that person, when you actually do make it, these are times you're gonna be like damn, we really did make it.
Yeah.
Because that shows character, that builds your relationship. So to answer your question, I mean it would be kind of nice to have somebody. It would be nice.
I feel like you can be great on your own,
Yeah.
but nothing will force you to confront your deepest demons, your weaknesses, the thorny edges of who you are, than a partner who's right in there with you and who's pointing it out and who's holding up a mirror to you and saying, bro, you can't act this way around.
Yeah.
You cannot just stay lazy or unmotivated or it doesn't work. Do you feel like there's a gap between male and female expectations when it comes to dating and relationships? Why are so many people struggling to come onto the same page in terms of entering a healthy partnership? It seems like it's getting tougher by the day.
Yeah, I mean, I can speak for I don't know for women, but for men, they have definitely something I've noticed too. They have this thing in their head that if you're not, say, financially independent or you're not doing well in your life, you can't have a partner. If you find the right person, she's never going to let you feel that you're not enough.
Yeah.
And that's something a lot of men struggle with. Actually, that's a big fear I had too.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, man, even if you're not where you want to be, be proud of it.
Yeah.
And they're just too scared to get hurt. They're not going to admit it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Everybody watching, don't be scared, man.
Yeah, no. If I reflect like on my own like dating experiences too, like whenever I was in a relationship, like to me that person's income or present professional state wasn't as important as like the potential and the drive that they had to achieve something great. And whenever I was with them, honestly, like I saw 100 times X the potential that they even saw in themselves, right? Like I knew that they were gonna do something really big, and I truly believed that. And I feel like I, as a partner, really try to encourage that. So I feel like any men out there, like you can have amazing women who are gonna see qualities in you that maybe you didn't even see in yourself.
I'm so happy you said that, because most men won't even bring it up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They'll be too ashamed to be like, man, I don't wanna, like, I don't think I'm enough, because
that's what society tells you.
that's what it
right?
is. That's what it is.
That's
So-
what you see from your parents too. Yeah, as a husband, you need to step up. You need to take responsibility, and like how much pressure that must be for someone.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, again, if you can just have that conversation, then you'll actually get to know that a woman, like your partner, doesn't give a shit. So stop tripping and have that conversation. Don't be afraid. And if she does care, she's gonna ask you to leave, and you can just be happy.
That's
and
not your person anyway.
Exactly.
That's for someone else.
Exactly.
Yeah, the right
Exactly.
person will be your biggest cheerleader. in
That's
your
what it is,
corner.
man.
What's something women would be surprised to know about men while dating?
Okay, always a man's first love is always gonna be his mom.
Yeah.
Things that a mom showers their kids with, that's the only time they hear appreciation on the regular. So having a partner which would kind of not just say things, just love them, because men are too afraid to say like we want to be loved straight up. Like there are times, I can't believe I'm saying this, there are times you just want to like,
Be held.
yeah man, damn. Like now I have no like fears. Now I feel more of a man where I can say proudly that yes, I do like to be cuddled, and I don't give a shit what you think about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, that's beautiful. And to me, a guy is the most attractive when he's able to break free from the performance of masculinity and the tough guy attitude, which is like truthfully a little off-putting, and who's like a pookie and who's like sweet and like himself and is like okay being emotionally vulnerable and seeking that. Like that's super, super attractive as a woman.
I mean, I'm gonna be super tough for the world, but behind closed doors, I'm just a gentle teddy bear.
Yeah.
I am like that though, and I've
Yeah.
been all of my exes. They've said, man, I never thought that you'd be like this.
Yeah.
Like because you look like such a.
Composed.
I mean,
yeah.
you've seen.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
want to
yeah.
use the word, but like I look like a. I first look like an asshole. That's what everybody tells me. I don't look like approachable. I don't look approachable at all.
I really want to understand male psyche, right? Masculine energy is always, often the pursuer and the leader and the
Correct.
proactive. So how do men feel about women approaching them? Say a woman sees you out in the wild and is interested in you. How do you as a man feel about being approached by women?
I think it's the sexiest thing a woman can do is if she.
Really?
Yeah, of course.
Isn't it is it not off-putting or?
Hell no. Absolutely not. Because again, if a woman's coming up to you, because it doesn't happen, right? So if a woman does that, for me, it's just oozing confidence, one. And at the end of the day, man, everybody, no matter how much people, like everybody likes attention. If someone's coming up to you, you feel good about it. Even if, say you're not interested in the woman and she approaches you, that'll make your day. I'm not like, because everybody likes to feel good, man.
Yeah, I think it's sad. Like, it doesn't occur to me how rarely men get compliments or men get appreciated in general day-to-day life. I think women are probably more used to it. But for a guy, like if I tell a guy, hey, like I really like your shirt, like he's gonna wear that shirt like every time he wants to feel good about himself,
100%.
Or what I've understood.
Because guys think we don't
That's
show it because
sweet.
we're not supposed to, but like we love. I mean,
Who wouldn't?
we're human too, man. We got hearts. We want to be loved too.
Okay, I have a question. How do I know if a man is serious about me or is just stringing me along, but isn't serious about pursuing something in the future? What are the signs I should look out for?
First things first, if you ever feel if you ever have to sit and wonder if he's serious about you or not, he's probably not. Because if he's serious about you, those thoughts are not going to enter your mind. Do you ever sit and wonder, oh shit, does my mom love me? Does my brother love me? No, because you know they do, because they behave that way. So if you have to wonder if somebody loves you, sorry Chandra, they don't.
Yeah, you just broke my heart.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
That's a joke. That's a joke.
What are the specific qualities you'd look for in a prospective partner?
I don't have a checklist anymore, because anytime in the past where I've met somebody, I'm not even trying to understand how they are. I'm trying to just see if they're ticking the boxes. And I've lost some really good people because of that. So which is why now I don't have a checklist. But one thing, I would say she has to be like a family-oriented person. That's it. Because I'm a family guy. And for me, that is a topmost priority.
Say you're meeting a woman in the wild. What's an instant red flag, turn off, absolutely not, backing away?
How she, and this is a big pet peeve of mine, say we're in a restaurant and how she's going to be treating, like, say the staff. Like, that's definitely a big red flag. And if you keep bringing your goddamn ex in a conversation, I think that's a big red flag.
Presently, what is the biggest obstacle you're facing in meeting women in general? What's the biggest challenge in dating for a man?
I mean, this might sound cliche, but the first thing is, like, where do you meet them?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest obstacle, because at the end of the day, it's all about conversation, even if we're sitting and having a conversation. And if I don't necessarily have to be flirting with you, if we can just talk and connect, then you can just connect. But then, where the hell do you find these people? You know?
So let me pose the question to you.
Yeah.
I mean, what in your experience are the best places to meet prospective girls? Like, is it at the club or the party?
To be honest, if I had that answer, I would be going to those places. But I think...
Or where have you met girls in the past, women?
I mean, most of them... I think the gym is a great place. Like, I'm an athlete, so that's something I take very seriously. And me seeing, you know, like, if I see a woman, she's working out hard and she's, like, locked in, I'm automatically going to be, like, you know, drawn to her. But then again, you can't approach somebody at the gym because that's their safe space. So again, so that's weird. And then finding their Instagram, following them is weirder, because then now you're a creep.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know, where do you think is a good place to meet men?
I think a good way to meet people is like through mutual friends, or occupy the spaces that people at your wavelength occupy, right? Like, so you mentioned the gym, right? Or, you know, environments where people who you're looking for would probably inhabit, you know. We went to Lodi Garden recently, or, you know, going to parks and stuff, and I realized, like, my future husband probably is the kind of person who, like, wakes up in the morning and, like, goes for a jog in the park. So yeah, or doing activities or hobbies that could be a jumping off point as, like, a shared interest. That would be my suggestion. What have been some techniques or strategies that have worked for you while approaching a woman? What would you suggest our audience, who a lot of them are single men?
Okay, yeah, I feel so strongly about this, for sure. I feel women, they get hit on all the time. So if you want to go and speak to a woman, you don't necessarily have to go and impress her. You don't have to say something she wants to hear. You can literally just go and spark a conversation, because if I just come up with this, this is what I've noticed, if you just go up and say, man, hey, you're cute, then all of a sudden I'm approaching you with a goal to kind of, you know I'm already, like, I like you.
An outcome.
Yeah, and then a girl suddenly, you know, it can, like, any human, your walls are going to be up, oh shit, like, I don't know if I'm interested. But if I'm just having a conversation, then your walls aren't up. You're just talking to a human being. For example, for in the gym, I have done this. You find somebody, just be like, how many sets do you have left? And she takes her, she's like, whatever. You're like, oh, can I work in? Even though I'm not even doing that exercise. I'll work in, and the next day you can just, like, smile, and then you become friends, you ease into it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, skip the pickup lines.
I think you should. I think that's a big, you tell me what you think, but in my mind, pickup lines is, I don't do that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So how do you, like, flirt with women then?
No, I mean, once we're in conversation and once we have, then it's okay. I never start with a pickup line. I think that's something that is, it's a little, I mean, I don't judge people.
It's intense.
It's a little corny. But then again, I want to hear a woman's perspective.
Yeah. There are a lot of spaces where it's like, you can feel uncomfortable with men speaking to you, especially strange men. Like, you really never know what someone's going to say. whether someone's going to be threatening or dangerous to like your safety, right? So every woman in a public space, her guards are going to be up against a strange man like talking to her, right? So I think it's really important to make a woman feel comfortable and put her at ease. Like to me, that's a huge turn on. Like if someone can make me feel comfortable and like I don't have, like I'm not clamming up or like, okay, this person's coming on really, really strong out of nowhere. But what would you say to men who possibly have a lot of resistance around approaching women in the first place, who maybe feel very nervous or very shy? I don't even know how to, like, what advice would you give them?
Again, it's you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. You can
Wayne Gretzky, Michael Scott.
Listen, I'm really impressed that you knew that. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. That's what's up. Thumbs up for this. So yeah, basically your thing is, anytime this happened to me in the past too, where I've just kind of become too nervous and I haven't gone and spoken to that person, you're going to think about that the whole day. It's going to keep running in your mind over and over and over. So I think it's one of those things where if you're scared, if you're shy, what's the worst that could happen? She's going to say she's not interested, or she's going to at least try to have a conversation. If it doesn't go your way, you're not going to go home and sit and like lose sleep over it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
At least you tried.
Yeah, because what if you being like nervous is holding you back from meeting the woman of your dreams?
Absolutely.
So you have way more to gain than to lose.
Right. What's your stance on arranged marriage? Like your parents setting something up for you?
Again, it's not something that I would like to do, but I think it's a great way to meet somebody. But then again, at the same time, if I'm meeting somebody, okay, like I'm trying to marry you, for example, I'm only going to show you the things that, you know, I'm trying to impress you. I'm trying to be that person.
Reel.
Yeah. So I think that is something, as long as you should, even if it's an arranged setting, you should give it time. So then you can see the person for who they really are.
Like have a longer courtship period and then...
Because nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect, man.
Anyone can be perfect in the first 3 months.
People will be perfect in the first 3 months. But real men are great from start to finish.
Oh shit.
You heard it here first. That was fun, man.
That was really fun. Thank you so much for watching another episode of Love Handle. If you enjoyed the video, do be sure to hit subscribe, like the video, share it with your friends, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.